Hello everyone! So this week we are doing a slightly special video because I just reached 3,000 subscribers, and I know for some of you that might not seem like a big number, but for me I find it amazing that 3,000 people found my videos good enough to the point that they subscribed to my channel. I mean, what's wrong with you people? No, I'm kidding. But to celebrate this milestone, I thought it would be fun to do some kind of overview video where I talk about my sort of best moments on YouTube and maybe my least favorite things about, my career, so to speak, on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely going to be a story-timey kind of video, so if you don't enjoy that, which I completely understand, then feel free to just come back next Saturday and there will be a language learning video as usual. So let's get started. So first of all, because it's my video and I do whatever I want, I'm gonna decide on the first topic we are going to talk about, and it's gonna be about my first videos on YouTube and basically my first year. I still remember the first few videos I did for my channel. It was 3.5 years ago actually, and that's such a long time, it really takes me back. It's like a trip down memory lane, right? And I think the first few videos were they took me such a long time to make. When I compare how long it takes me to do videos now and how long it used to take me then, I'm pretty sure the first video took me 4 hours of just recording, which is insane. I kept recording, then watching what I had just recorded, then I was redoing the video because I wasn't happy with it, and then it just took so much time, and then the editing was something else. I mean, my editing was never really complex, obviously. But when I've never done any editing before, it's just so weird and you have to sort of get your head around how it works, how to cut things properly. And when it comes to editing, I'm quite the perfectionist. I'll be editing out 0.1 second if I think it's not useful for the video. It's that bad. I am happy with the result at the end, even though, it's nothing, super advanced in terms of editing, but I like to have neat and quite clean editing, or as much as possible, in my videos. And perfectionism takes a lot of time, guys. It's not quick, so that means that I do spend quite a bit of time to edit, but now obviously it's much better because it takes me probably an hour and a half to do most of my videos, sometimes more, but that's usually around an hour and a half. So I definitely improved with that. I remember though, one of my first video, I think it's the first, if we don't count the introduction video that I did, which actually I need to do another introduction video at some point, but that's another story. But on my first video, I remember wearing that white t-shirt, which has a very loose, not loose, but large, I guess. What do you call that? Collar, I guess? And then I had my mic, which was attached to it. And because it was a very light t-shirt, it just kept falling down. And basically I had to sort of crop the video a bit because you could see so much of my chest. And it was so awkward. And I'm not the kind of person that will do a video shirtless on YouTube. I just think it's a bit too intimate. But it was kind of awkward because I think you can sort of tell that that's what's happening, but I cut some of it so it's not too obvious. But yeah, I'm really careful about this t-shirt now. But I know it's really silly, but I remember there was a funny thing that happened to me when I edited my first proper video on my channel. And something that I kind of don't like as well about my first year on YouTube in terms of videos is that I really wasn't as comfortable as I am now. I feel like now I'm really okay talking to a camera. It's become quite normal. It's something I do every week. But at first it was really awkward. And at the time I didn't realize it because I was, as I said, watching my, whatever I was recording, I was watching it. Then, once I was happy with the result, I would move on to the next section. So I did that, and that didn't I didn't come across to me as bored or anything. But now when I compare how I present myself in video, I was like, gosh, this video is so boring to watch, and my videos now are so much better. So it's really, really exciting to see how much progress I've done in terms of the quality of my videos, but not only that, but also the way I present myself, my sort of YouTube persona, because I don't know, I think I'm quite authentic on YouTube. The way I am on video is pretty much what I am in real life. But you kind of have to put on a persona, I think, when you're recording on YouTube, because if you're just your normal self, you will come across as really bored on video, even though you're not, like, even if you're full of energy. I don't know exactly why it happens, but I know for a fact that when I'm recording my videos, I need to give it 120% at least, otherwise people will think I'm bored or I'm lacking energy. And it's super, super strange how like video works. Second section is going to be about my favorite video. And I kind of had to think a lot about it because I don't think I hate any videos so much. I mean, there's videos I guess I prefer over others, but I don't know if I've got like a really favorite one. I think all my videos are great. I'm being super humble, but no, but what I mean is like every video I've made is part of me, you know, they're kind of like my babies and they like an extension of myself because everything started here when you think about it, and I had to sort of put in the actions to make them a video, and it's just fascinating how the brain works. But anyway, so my favorite video, I think it's actually a series which I started about a year and something ago. It's the Japanese Progress Update video series. And I really like these videos, not only because they're easier to sort of record, I don't need to script them as much, but I just like being able to spontaneously talk with you guys like I am now, and it's a great thing to do every now and then. I love to just improvise a bit. It's a nice exercise if you're making videos on YouTube. It's really good to practice being spontaneous because I feel like you're way more authentic than when you're scripting videos. And in this series of videos, I love being able to discuss different things, going all over the place, and people really enjoy these videos, and I'm glad they do because I really enjoy them as well. And this series will definitely make a comeback very soon again, but I think I talked about it, but I decided that I wouldn't do them on a monthly basis anymore because I just felt like I wasn't really talking about anything new. I mean, I was, but I just felt like if I kept doing it, I would not really be talking about anything new or interesting. So I just stopped. But I'm going to do more of them very soon because I haven't stopped working on my Japanese, so don't you worry. And number 3, my least favorite video. I mean, as I said, I don't think there's a video that I hate. It's more like there are videos that I wish were or had been interpreted and understood the way I wanted them to be understood and interpreted. So I've got 2 examples in mind. I have a video, I can't remember the title. It's something like 10 Weird Things in England or Weird Things in England, something like that. And it was a really silly video. Honestly, like it wasn't even political or anything really deep in terms of the culture. It was more like silly things like the plugs are weird. There's 2 taps, one for cold water and hot water. And for some reason, like I got some hate for it. And I don't really mind the hate. Like I'm not the kind of person to take things personally. In fact, I kind of find it funny when people insult you for like no reason. I'm just like, really? Like, you're getting annoyed for this? I just find it very interesting and kind of fascinating in a way that that some people can get so triggered. But I just got hate a little bit because people were like, oh, if you don't like the UK, just go back to your country. And me, I was like, but guys, I wasn't even talking about Brexit. That would have been a controversial topic, but I don't think plugs are very controversial. Like, it was just kind of random. And the second video, I didn't get hate for it, I wouldn't say that, but I did a video about Steve Kaufmann, and I respect Steve a lot. Like nothing about his content is wrong, except from one video that I thought was a bit problematic, and that's a video where he talked about linguistics, and what he said was basically wrong and factually wrong, not like this is my opinion kind of wrong, but more like factually wrong. And I just thought it would be interesting to do a video to sort of, you know, like restate, I think that's the word in English, the truth and sort of clarify things. And it was just more of an opportunity for me to talk about linguistics rather than dissing Steve, which I didn't, I don't think, in the video. But people misunderstood that and they were like, oh, actually I got a funny comment. Someone was like, well, unless you can do this video in other languages but English, then I guess you should, I don't know, you should not do it or something like that. And I was like, dude, like English is not my native language. Like, anyway, that was quite funny. And other people were just saying things like, oh, do I remember? It was basically something like, oh, but it's irrelevant for language learning. And I was like, yeah, I know, like, you don't need linguistics to do language learning. If I think it helps, I think it does, but you don't have to. Lots of people have learned languages without any knowledge of linguistics, but that just wasn't the point of my video, and it was just a bit misinterpreted. But it happens on YouTube, and it's nothing massive, but it's quite interesting, I think. Maybe it could be that I didn't communicate well in the video. I don't know. I also feel like there's always people that are going to criticize you for anything, so I just accept that. I think it's something you accept when you're on YouTube. People are going to judge you on things that you didn't realize they could even judge you on. But it is what it is. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is what I enjoy the most on my channel and also on social media in general, because I consider my Twitter account, which you should follow if you don't yet, I consider my Twitter account as sort of my channel in a way. It's sort of an extension of my channel where I get a bit more personal and that kind of thing. So, if you want to know what's up, then go follow me. All the links are in the description box below as usual. But one of the things I like the most about my channel is, first of all, obviously the freedom in terms of the topics I can talk about, but something that I particularly enjoy is talking about personal development. So when I talk about things like comfort zone and time management, I love this crap. Like it's just so fascinating. First of all, comfort zone is such a big thing for me because when you're on YouTube, you constantly, I feel, have to step out of your comfort zone. But I think it's really relatable to language learning because there's many situations where emotionally you're uncomfortable. And I'm not talking about putting yourself in a distressed situation, but I'm just talking about something that you might feel shy doing, but you kind of can force yourself, not force, but sort of find the strength, I guess, or the resilience to do it anyway, like talking to native speakers when maybe your level in your target language isn't that great. Also, making mistakes is quite a brave thing to do. In our society, we're often taught not to make mistakes, or at least mistakes are not seen as something good. But I actually think mistakes is super important. I mean, it's a bit cheesy, and it's things everyone says, but it's still important, I think, to talk about and kind of being able to realize that it's important to step out of your comfort zone because by default, your brain wants to be comfortable. You don't want to be productive. You want to watch things on Netflix and procrastinate essentially. But it's important every now and then to not just accept your brain, your primitive emotions, if I may say, but actually accept that even if something makes you feel a little bit emotionally uncomfortable, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, and actually can mean sometimes that you should do it to sort of challenge yourself a bit. And I think challenges are really important in life. They are definitely important in mine, and I do that all the time with what I create on YouTube, my language learning, and in other aspects of my life. But I don't know, I feel like my personal life really bleeds into my videos in that way. And the second thing that I've enjoyed a lot with YouTube is being able to connect with lots of people. It's amazing. And for sure, like subscribers in the comment section, I love interacting with you guys. I always try to reply or at least leave a like because I know it's very important to feel acknowledged, I think. I mean, I'm saying that because there was a comment on one of my videos saying that basically kudos for this guy to still be commenting and responding to comments 7 months after the release of the video. And in my head, I was like, of course I'm going to respond to comments. If I see them, I will respond to them as much as possible and for as long as it's manageable for me to do so. But yeah, connecting with people has been amazing. I've spoken to lots of creators, small and big as well. And I also enjoy talking to linguists on Twitter. I connected with a few. There's interviews that are going to come up hopefully very soon. And it's just great to be able to exchange ideas. But I guess the downside, and it's something, I mean, YouTube is definitely personal development or social media in general. But I tend sometimes to, for some reason, I don't take hate comments personally, but sometimes when I think people are wrong about something, or I want to sort of change their mind about something language related, I tend to take it too personally. And it's something that I've been working on, which is to accept that people, either they can be wrong or either we can just have different opinions. And it's very difficult, because it's your ego, isn't it? Like, you know, you always want to be correct and right, and you always want to think that your knowledge is correct, you know, always. But actually, sometimes your knowledge might not be correct, and something to be able to accept, which is that you're not always right, and other people are allowed to be wrong or just have different opinions. But guys, it's super hard. But I've been doing better with this, and it's good. And I love that YouTube and social media challenge me in that way, because that means that I can grow as a person. And yeah, I just feel like that gives me room for improvement, and it's just a great thing to be working on. So that's it for this video. I don't want to make it any longer than it is already. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know, I just enjoy doing that kind of video, so I hope you enjoy them, so I'll feel more compelled to do more of them in the future. But I will see you next week, and bye!